Hello, this is Aishwarya and you're watching Rainbow Presents Body and Mind, powered by VLCC. Today we are at one of the most beautiful man-made islands in Dubai, Palm Jumeirah, and we'll be showing you how one of man's greatest creations, yoga, can be used not just as a form of fitness but as a lifestyle itself. Fitness is not just about working out and crash diets, it is a commitment and above all, it is a lifestyle. Now to tell us about a new such concept that's been introduced to Dubai, Ask for Life, I'm joined by the CEO, founder and life coach, Maya. Thank you so much for joining me, Maya.
Thank you for being here.
You do so many different things, I'm fascinated by you. Now before we get into any of that, tell us a little bit about what Ask for Life is.
Yeah, so it's, to be very, very clear, it's a holistic lifestyle concept. We're helping you with everything from your private life to your business life. Everything from personal training, yoga, Pilates, life coaching, nutritionist, even fashion and business. So we're helping you to actually find a balance in your life that makes you more happy and makes you more comfortable with your life.
Okay, you had me at fashion. I'm really surprised by that because, I mean, most of these fitness concepts, they provide you with exercise tips, nutrition, and a few basic tips like that. But with Ask for Life, it betters you as a human being because it's not just your physical fitness, but it's your mind and it's your fashion. It's a complete feel-good factor, isn't it?
It is, because when you're feeling good from the inside and you might lose some weight, for example, maybe you want to have someone helping you to find the new size, the perfect color for you. So that's why we have fashion as well.
Fantastic. Now, because you do a lot of different things, it'll be hard to cover everything in our little show because we are short on time. But what I am going to try today is the sunrise flow yoga on the beach. And although I'm not new to yoga, I'm definitely new to doing it on the beach. So I'm really looking forward to enjoying the nature while sweating a few pounds. Looking forward to that one.
Yes, me too. Let's go.
Okay, so the sun is out, our yoga mats are laid out, the girls are ready, and we're at the beautiful Eden Beach Club. It's nice and breezy, and our trainer for the day is Megan from Ask for Life, who's going to take us through an express version of the sunrise flow yoga. Is that right, Megan?
Yes, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Oh, thank you for having me. And what I particularly like is that every mat has got a little message. So mine says, for example, I am enough. What does yours say?
I am healthy, I am wealthy, I am loved. So a bit of an affirmation for us to focus on during our practice this morning.
That's great. All right, so let's get started. Where do we start from?
Okay, well, we'll start with a few moments of grounding just so we can let go of the outside world, okay, move into our own personal space and just begin to enjoy the practice here this morning.
All right, okay.
All right, so just seated here in a comfortable position. Okay, rooted through the sit bones, feel your connection to the mat below. Okay. See if you can begin to soften the body and create a nice tall spine. And then start with a deep inhale breath, just creating a bit of space through the spine, reaching the arms overhead. Try to keep the shoulders soft, so we still want to be nice and relaxed here. On the exhale breath, taking the left hand to the outside of the right knee, the right hand behind the back, allowing the gaze to move over the right shoulder. So inhale breath to lengthen, just a gentle twist as we rinse out the spine here. Exhale to twist a little bit deeper. Inhale breath, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Okay, slowly come back to center, reach the arms overhead. We would normally hold that for a few extra breaths, but then taking it over to the other side. So the right hand to the outside of the left knee, left hand behind the back. So inhale to create space. Okay, we want a nice tall spine, and exhale to twist as we rinse out the spine. Inhale breath, slowly come back to center, bring the arms up overhead again. So again, we're just looking to create space and length through the spine. On the exhale, moving into a forward fold, bringing the hands to the mat, and then take yourself forward, okay, walking the hands out, allowing the forehead to settle maybe to the mat or just at a hover position here. Okay. So the idea here is just a gentle stretch through the spine, a bit of space to loosen up again the sit bones and the hips.
Is this form of yoga mainly meant for relaxation and rejuvenation rather than weight loss?
Yeah, I would say it's more about, we'll slowly walk the hands back in, a little bit more about waking up the body slowly, mindfully, okay, okay, and getting ready for a productive day. So again, the feet flat to the mat. One more time, let's sway the knees side to side and just let go. Okay, and we'll transition here together. So crossing at the ankles, okay, bring the hands forward. And then 1 foot at a time, can you step back into a downward facing dog position? Okay. So for a downward facing dog, just spread the fingertips nice and wide. See if you can soften a little bit more into the shoulders. Feet should be about hip distance apart. We're basically in an upside down V position with the body. Now on the inhale breath, can everyone shift the weight forward to come into a plank position? I usually like to set up for downward facing dog in plank, just so we ensure that the hands and the feet are in the right place. So wrist shoulders should be in one straight line here. You should right away feel the core turn on, okay? Gaze is slightly forward ahead of the fingertips. Now notice if you're collapsing into the lower back. If that's the case, just take the knees to the mat here for a little bit of support. We want to honor the integrity of the core, okay? All right, and then let's try to move together from our plank position. Use your next exhale breath to send the hips back up towards the sky into downward facing dog. So we'll come into a few salutations here. So it's a bit more heat building, and we'll get into various areas of the body as we move through the flow. Okay?
All right.
So we'll start with the feet hip distance apart. Okay, inhale breath, reaching the arms up overhead. Allow the gaze to move with the fingertips, nice tall spine. On the exhale, send the hips to the back of the space, keep the core engaged and forward fold. So we've been here before, okay? Inhale to halfway lift, lengthen. And then on the exhale, can you bring the hands flat and step the right foot to the back of the mat and then the left foot to the back of the mat. So we're back here in plank position, okay? Now together for this first one, let's shift the weight forward so we're onto the toes, and then let's lower the knees to the mat. Creases of the elbows should face forward as we want to have a bit of a tricep push up here as we slowly lower the chest and the chin to the mat, keeping the bum to the sky, okay? So core is engaged, feel the strength of the triceps, and then on the inhale, we'll come all the way onto the belly, untuck the toes, and begin to lift just the upper body, okay? So option to have either the hands flat to the mat or begin to hover the hands. You should feel a bit of compression here in the lower back. This is a really nice pose for strengthening the lower back muscles. Okay. And then together, let's bring the hands to the mat, okay? Use the knees if you need to, tuck the toes. We meet back in downward facing dog. Okay, so just a gentle flow here. Okay. Normally in a practice, you could probably work through 5 to 10 of those before you start working a little bit deeper, okay? But from here, let's take it into a bit of a lunge sequence. So from our downward facing dog, let's start by lifting the right leg high to the sky. So as we lift the right heel to the sky, think about charging the left heel towards the mat. So we keep the hips nice and square. The right toes should point down, okay? So this is usually a little bit of a tighter place to be, especially when we have those inner thighs engaged, okay? And then everyone come onto the left toes, high on the left toes, gaze to the top of the mat, and can you step the right foot between the hands, landing heel ball toe? So we're in a nice lunge position. So really important to protect the knee in this posture. We want the knee and the ankle to be in one straight line. So usually we need to widen the stance a little bit by shimmy. You can shimmy those left toes towards the right toes to the back of the space. Okay, lower the left knee, top of the foot, and then inhale together, sweeping the arms overhead. So we challenge the balance a little bit here. No problem.
Yeah, especially because there's a bit of an incline on the ground because we're on the sand.
Definitely, always a little bit harder in the sand here. So the idea here is moving into this lunge, we want to feel a nice stretch through the left hip flexor, and you should feel a bit of compression here on the right side. Okay, so we're actually going to move down to the mat now just to wrap up the practice a little bit. I usually like to close or near the end of the practice, I like to come into a back bend. So really energizing postures, great to do first thing in the morning, just to wake up the body and energize.
Okay.
So we'll come into camel pose. So knees will be hip distance apart. Okay, tops of the feet flat, or you can curl the toes under. And then we'll bring the hands to the lower back. So think about sliding the hands into jean pockets. Okay, roll the shoulders, squeeze the elbows, and then as we begin to send the thighs, hips, stomach forward, let the upper body round back. Okay, so eventually we see quite far behind us. Okay, maybe check the palm trees out. Okay. Really focus on keeping the eyes open here. Okay, so challenging the control of the body here. Okay, thighs, hips, stomach more forward as you let the upper body fold back a little bit further. Okay. Use your next inhale breath, supporting the lower back. Slowly rise all the way up. And then sit back, hips on heels. Okay. So I always like to take a few moments here to settle the body after a back bend. A lot can come up for us, dizzy sensation, overwhelming sensation. So take a few moments to just settle from the back bend. Okay. And then we'll slowly just move over to the right or the left side. Send the legs straight out in front. And because I like to challenge the core, one last core challenge, reach the fingertips forward and we'll move onto our back slower than we want to for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, arms overhead, big stretch here. And then allow the body to settle into stillness. Shavasana. Reach the arms overhead, toes forward. One more big good morning stretch here. And pull the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself a big hug, a big squeeze. And then we'll rock over to the right side so you can rest the right ear on the right arm. Okay, just a moment in fetal position. And then gently press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. So right back to where we started. Close the eyes, nice tall spine, roll out the shoulders. We'll take 3 breaths here together. With the inhale, can you reach the arms overhead? Let the gaze move with the fingertips. Loud exhale breath through the mouth, let it go. 2 more together, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Last breath here, inhale. Cleansing, exhale. Blink the eyes open. Thank you for your practice. Namaste.
Namaste, Megan. Thank you so much. Thank you, girls, and namaste to you too. Sun, sand and yoga. Never thought this combo would be such a reservoir of relaxation. If you'd like to experience Ask for Life, watch out for the competition on our Facebook page shortly. Now, before heading to break, I'd like to say a quick thank you to our apparel partners, Skechers, for this gradient t-shirt. Its flat lock seam system helps to reduce irritation and keeps me dry and comfortable throughout my workout. Time now for a quick break. We'll be back in just a bit.